Hello guys, this is Sherry from PWI, Paranormal World Investigators / PWI Investigations. It is the 6th of September 2020, doing a interview with my next interviewer. So guys, please come over to the channel and join me. I'm just coming over as well. I'm just going to share out. So remember guys, this show is about helping channels to get known and to get noticed, help them to grow, because obviously, as we know, YouTube is a really difficult place to be able to get noticed on, and if I can be there to help people to do so, that is what I'm going to do. So the next interviewer is taking place with Hensley. So our new interviewer, as you can see, is Paranormal Underworld. I'm going to get him come up. I'll get him to introduce his channel. I'll get him to say any other platforms he can be followed on, and any merchandises that he may have. If he's got them coming up and running but hasn't got them up yet, he can just say so. Then I will go on to asking him 10 questions, and any questions from the top of my head, you guys asking him a question. I'll get him to introduce the channel, where you can follow him again, and his merchandises. Then we can just have a little chat, and then we'll end the stream, guys. So I'm not going to let him wait any longer, bless him. So we'll get him up. So we've got amazing Paranormal Underworld. So let's just bring him up. Hello, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. Like I said, it's very good to be able to just help as many people as I can. It's very important to me. So I look forward to talking to you, because I've seen you on Vale's stream, but I don't know a lot about you. So this is going to be very interesting. This is kind of like a newish person. So this is going to be very cool. And I'm definitely going to go and check your channel out for what Vale was talking about in our interview. Definitely. So what I want you to do first, Paranormal Underworld, is just introduce your channel, who you are, what you do, any places that guys can get you on a platform to follow you, and if you've got any merchandises and sites like that, just general information for them. So over to you, sweet.
Okay, well, my name is Jax. I have a channel on YouTube called Paranormal Underworld. Um, Channel is basically geared for, um, teaching others how to investigate, what equipment to use, that sort of thing. Um, I try to keep it as real as possible. Um,
That's good.
there is other platforms you can find me. You can find me on Twitter at para_underworld. You can find me on Facebook at, actually, it's my real name over there. It's Joe White Paranormal. And I don't have any merch yet, but it is coming.
Okay,
Um, I do have another channel that Through the Veil and I have started together. It's called Shrouded Darkness, and you can find that on YouTube as well. There's no There's no content update yet, just a promo video, but we really looking forward to that.
yeah, that's going to be really awesome to see you guys together, because you work really well together. So that's going to be very interesting. So guys, go find any of those ways of being able to support him, because he's a really cool guy, very real. So go support him, help him to get out there, spread that love, as I always say. So you, at the minute, he's not got merches, but he's in the prospect of doing that. So keep your eyes open for that, guys. Obviously, there's a new channel coming up with him and Vale, so we'll keep an eye out, and that is on YouTube, and he has said that. So go and have a look for that and support that channel as well. Help them to both get out there more. So what I'm going to do, Jax, I'll call you Jackson now that I know that your name's Jax.
Okay.
Um, I'm going to ask you a series of 10 questions, and then the guys can ask you some questions after as well.
Okay.
Okay, so first is, how did you come up with your channel name? How did you come up with that?
I've always, well, for quite a while now, I've always wanted to have a channel. I just tried to find two words that would fit together, and I actually Googled the name to make sure no one else was using it. So it is pretty unique. No one was using it, and where spirits like say to go is the underworld, so I just
Yeah,
kind of put paranormal and underworld together.
it does make a good. It makes sense having a name like that. It kind of clarifies both, doesn't it? The paranormal side of it and the place that they go to.
Yes,
Yeah, so
absolutely.
that's a good name. Question number 2 is, what inspired you to start your channel up? What inspired you to do paranormal and that? Was there anything that made you go into it?
I am actually going to date myself here. Back in 75-ish, I would say, there was a very well-known TV show on. It was called In Search of, hosted by Leonard Nimoy. And ever since then, it was like I've always been fascinated. But it wasn't until like the early 2000s that I, full-grown adult by then, uh, that I actually had my first paranormal experience. Um, I was sitting at home and I was observing shadows going across my wall. So from then on in, I was like, you know what? I want to do this. And I found a team and I joined that said team, and here I am today.
And that's awesome that you're here in the paranormal family. Like, obviously, like I say to everybody, paranormal is a very awesome, place to come into. It's just one that you have to be very aware of and very acknowledgeable with, but it's definitely something that we should all be connected to for just who we are.
Hmm.
So that's really cool that you got the inspiration through having your experiences and the channel on TV that you watched. So that's really cool. So my question number 3 is, where does the love for what you do come from? So where does the love of paranormal come from?
I just love helping people. That's what my goal is. I mean, if I can help one person, which I believe at least I've helped one person, but I've done my job.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
if there's something that I can't handle, I will make sure that I get that person or family the proper help that they need to take control back of their own home.
Yes. So you're very professional and you're very clear-minded at what you want to do and what you do when you go in and do these things, which is a really good sign for an investigator and somebody that works in the spiritual side of things. So that's really, really cool. And it sounds like you very much know what you're doing. So that's a good thing as well. So question 4 is, how long have you been doing the paranormal for? So how long have you been studying it and actually doing the investigations? How long have you been doing it?
Um, I've been investigating since '91.
Wow. So a
So
while.
yeah, it's been. I mean, I first started doing investigations. I was actually investigating UFOs.
Yeah, interesting, because I do believe in all that sort of thing. I do believe in other life forms.
I do believe in other aspects of the paranormal, and people don't consider them like paranormal, but I do, and I think
Yeah,
it should be included is UFOs and cryptids, and I'll investigate anything. I try to come at it where I want to be the best investigator that I can possibly be,
yeah.
like
So your
all around.
goals are untouchable, really. You can anything that comes towards you and takes
Right.
your interest paranormal wise, which is kind of where I look at things. Even though I am for spirits and things like that, I do believe in UFOs, aliens, and all those sort of things. I do, and I think I'd be the same. If there was a case on UFOs and sightings, I'd go out and have a look. So I do believe in all of that, and it is all paranormal related. It is. It's the unknown.
Right.
So that's really awesome that you've done the UFOs and stuff though, because there's a lot of people that are into that, but they don't talk about it very much because a lot of people are quite judgmental, aren't they? And I think
Right.
people should be able to be more open about their beliefs and their ways.
I mean,
That's awesome.
as a matter of fact, on Through the Veil, there's a video Um, I believe it was the Dighton Rock video. We were just about ready to leave, and she saw something like about 3 foot tall dart across the in the woods from left to right, and
Yeah,
she's like, "Did you see that?" And I was like, "No, I didn't see that." But then I did a little whoop noise, trying to communicate, and we got a response back. It sounded
yeah.
it, to me. It actually sounded like it was like there was monkeys in the woods,
Oh,
literally.
wow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's just so much more out there in this world that we're not aware of. That it's really important to be able to see all sides of the paranormal, because there is just more than us out there in spirits. There are other cholesterol beings and other energies around, most definitely. Question number 5 is there a person in your life who inspired you to become who you are today? So like a family friend or a family member.
I would have to say my grandparents. They were a huge influence on my life. Um, well, my parents too, but not saying that they weren't like supportive or whatnot. But my grandparents were the main ones that made me who I am today.
That's awesome. So they liked the paranormal and that as well then, did they?
Um, no, well, my grandmother was at one time. It's kind of died off when she lived in Boston. She was like, go to church every Sunday. Devoted Catholic. That sort of thing. And she would drag me because I would spend every weekend with them, and I would go with her to church. And so I'm not really too sure if she was really, interested in that because most Catholics are not. So just, just
So they were just more just supportive of you in your life to go for your goals and your dreams and whatever you intended to be in life. That they supported you in that way and made you believe in yourself. And
correct.
yeah, right. Okay, I get what you're saying. That's good. That's a good inspiration to have, though. Hello, Abraxas. And it hasn't always got to be that they are into stuff. It's just the fact that they have a belief in you and that you could be anything you want to be. That gets you in life. So that's really cool that they've done that. Question number 6 is, what would you say to people that are wanting to start a channel or have started a channel? What would be your advice to them for a successful channel and for it to run right?
Just um just be yourself and avoid all the drama if at all possible.
I agree. Yeah, being real, being drama free, being honest to your true name and to your channel, believing in your channel, hard work, and if trouble does come and knock on your door, just shut the door on it. In other words, block, and just stay away from that sort of thing, guys. It's not worth it. Just be real. Number 7 is, how long have you been part of YouTube? So apart from doing your channel and that, did you support other channels before you started your channel, or has it been that you just started your channel up?
I I was supporting other channels, but it wasn't paranormal related channels.
Yeah,
So it was like there was no one at the time. I mean, I did start to see like different people, whether it would be like urban exploring or just exploring abandoned places. I'm like, what if I did like a channel on like teaching people on how to like investigate, you know, the real way versus Hollywood, so to
yeah,
speak, and you know, teach them different things and show them different equipment to use and what not to use and that sort of thing. So there's a lot of lives on my channel that have uh, discussing that, and just fairly recently, I've been doing, putting up, dropping videos on investigating. But I've had the channel for 7 years, and I've only been putting up video content or live, so to speak, for the last 3, maybe 4 years.
Okay, so you went round, you supported people beforehand in other platforms and other sites, and then you brought your own stuff out on your channel about 3 years ago and things
Right.
like that. And I understand that, like, you know, not everybody does just start out on the channel, do they? They just go out supporting other people, see how other people work, and then you kind of think, oh, well, I'd like to do that. And the really cool thing that I like about you as well is, and you're right, a lot of our channels do show investigations and stuff, but we don't show that side of the investigations, like what things are not to use and what to use. And I'm one of these more smaller sides of the channel where I don't have all this high class equipment and stuff like that. So I wouldn't really know where to start with that sort of stuff. I know my basic stuff. So it's good that there is a channel that that does that side of things, because there's a lot of people that want to know about different equipment. So if you are interested in equipment, guys, and understanding and how to do your investigations properly, obviously you've learned from us that how to do it right as well. But if you're wanting to know the paranormal side, like the equipment and things like that, then go and check out Paranormal Underworld, because he has a lot of chats and things on that, and that'd be really cool. If you've not got him yet, go check him out, because he is real and he's a really cool guy. I've only spoke to him a couple of times through Vale, but you can tell he's genuine, he's legit, and he's good at what he does. So please check him out, guys. Number 8 is there a YouTuber that inspired you or helped you to follow your dreams? So it can be, it don't have to just be one channel, it could be that a number. Is there people that inspire you?
Um, the there's a new community going around right now. It's called Investigators Unite,
Yeah,
and it's a bunch of paranormal channels that are combined together. A lot of them are some of them have more subs than I do. Um, but it's like that motivates me because I have a chance to spread my knowledge to these other teams or
yeah.
channels, so to speak. Like when we go do like huge collaborations and stuff, we can all get together and I can show them what my techniques are, and that really gets me excited.
And then that's exactly, and that's what I say. It doesn't matter how big or how small you are on YouTube. We're all equal. We're all investigators. We all have passion and love for the same thing, and we should all be looked up as being the same. You know, you shouldn't think that because your channel's higher than another that you're better than them. It's about being equal, and it's about sharing each other's experiences, because there's not one person in this world in the paranormal field that knows everything, and you can learn from other people. I do that, and people learn from me as well. You know, that is just the whole cool thing about being part of a paranormal community and network and family, is that we're forever learning. We're forever learning from each other and other people as well.
And
So that's really cool.
that's just it. It takes there's I mean, look at the equipment. Almost daily new equipment comes out. So
Yeah,
it's always a learning curve.
yeah,
There are no experts in this field, and we all
no,
have to join together to make the community, the field better. And the thing is that the way I look at it is if I go to a location and I know someone else is going to that same location, I will take all my information that I all the data that I received and give it to that next person that's going, or the next team,
yeah.
so they can add to it.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It should be about you wanting to help others to go further as well. You know, it shouldn't be about who's going to be better than who. It should be about being equal, and you know, you shouldn't be scared to give people information and help. You know what I mean? That's what it should be like on YouTube. Not, well, I'm not giving this out because I want to be better than them. It should be right. Well, let's work together. Let's do this. You know, we both have a passion. We both have a love. Do it the right way, and that's
Right.
how I've always been. Yeah, I have been known to be someone that don't take crap, and if you cross me, you know about it. But I am a down to earth and honest person, and I take what I do very seriously. And I very much like linking with other people, just like you. And I think that my knowledge to others is a good thing, because it helps them to learn and to understand more as well as me learning from them as well. So I agree with you completely there, 100%. Jack's definitely. Number 9 is there a famous person who inspired you in your life to become who you was? Was there somebody that you would watch on TV, or somebody that you knew through a book, or something that you was reading that inspired you into the paranormal?
Um, there was okay, there was a TV, there was two TV shows, and again, it's Hollywood. I get that. I understand the whole aspect of it. Um, there was a TV show that starred Linda Blair. It was called Scariest Places on Earth, and they would hook up cameras to these people like chest cams and whatnot, and they would walk into these haunted places.
Yeah,
And it's like, I want to do that. I so want to do that. And then when Ghost Hunters came out, like that was like the grandfather of all shows at that time. Probably still is considered, but
yeah.
it's as that show went on, and that's when I started, getting gearing into more interest in finding a team and joining that team, and that's basically where it started for me.
That's an awesome place to start, and it's good that you had the inspiration there that gave you that. I want to be like that. I want to do that. Or even be better than the TV program and do it
Right.
real, do it on YouTube, and do the here and now. So it's good that you decided to do that, and we're always happy to have new paranormal family and things like that. We're a big family. We are. Number 10 is, what's your future plans for your channel? So that could be this channel and the channel that you've got with Vale. What's your plans? Like, what are you planning to do?
Um, as far as plans go with the channel, I might just still do like live streams on like different equipment and how to use it. But I might, and this is something that I have to talk to Vale with. Um, we're going to be doing the collab channel together, and maybe we could also do separately, put different, same location, but different points of view on each of our separate channels. So you would get three different channels with the same investigation, but each one will have a different point of view,
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
like a different point of view, a different sort of area, different concepts on what you got and what she got. So it kind of gets put together, and you got two
Right,
lots of evidence in one thing.
right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That sounds really cool, and it's a good way because you've got more evidence out there as well. So that sounds really good. Any places that you're wanting to investigate?
I have always wanted to go to Stonehenge.
Oh yeah,
And there's a one other place. I mean, there's plenty of places over in Europe that I would love to visit. Um, Stonehenge is one of them. Uh, Ancient Ram Inn is another one. And the only reason why I add that in with Stonehenge is because there's a ley line that goes from Stonehenge right through the Ancient Ram Inn.
yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah,
So could there be some type of correlation of, energy going from Stonehenge into Ancient Ram? That's what I want to find out.
and the likelihood that there probably is, because there would have been a lot of underground ways for people to get around just for safety and stuff. So yeah, and over here there was a lot of underground places that were made into living places for people to live. There was
Mhm.
an underground cities and things like that. So yeah, very much so. And a lot of in England and Europe, a lot of our that history, it was always about being kept secret when it comes to certain wars and stuff like that. So there were a lot of tunnels and things made to keep people hid. That's
Right.
family, soldiers, whatever. So I think you'd find that interesting coming here. Another place that's really good as well is Hellfire Caves in Europe. Woo, that's a very good place. That's one that I definitely want to go and do. And is there anyone that you'd like to collab with? Like, what people would you like to collab with? Obviously, you Vale, but who else would you like to?
There's quite a few people out there I collab with. Ghost Ops and Ripley's Ghostly Adventures for one. Hensley Paranormal, Boots
Oh
Explores.
yeah,
Um, Crossroads. There's the list can go on and on and on.
yeah. There's many, isn't there?
Yeah.
And everybody's uniquely different as well, which is what makes it exciting. Is everybody brings the paranormal in a different sort of perception. You know, you look at it and you think that you've got one person that works this way, then you've got another person that works that way. And I think that when you come as a group and you come together and make a massive investigation, it's awesome because you've got so many different ways being done and people are connecting and communicating and you've got all this energy which helps the spirits. I just think that it's a cool thing, and just to learn other people's ways,
Right.
and to show that the passion and love that we all have doing it
And
together. So
and you're right. They might have techniques that I never even thought
yeah,
of using. So and vice versa. So
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
correct.
You learn from each other.
Yep.
So I done the 10 questions and I done you a couple of questions off the top of the head. Now what I'm going to do is ask the guys if there is any of you in the room that have any questions for Paranormal Underworld. Could you please write in the room? A lot of people are talking about Area 51 at the minute. Paranormal Underworld. And then you take the name out, Mama. Okay, Vale was saying, what is your favourite piece of equipment?
I would have to say my digital recorder. I pick up a lot of stuff on that. I get other things. I used to have an SLS camera, which I absolutely loved. Unfortunately, that was stolen.
Oh,
Um, I
that's
mean
not
that
good.
no, that would have been my favorite piece. Although there were things I'm not like 100% sold on it because if I point the camera in a certain direction, there was a bag there. There was always that little stick figure on the bag. So it was like,
Yeah,
is it picking up the bag or is that actually something else? So, something like that. There's always a saying that I always use: when in doubt, throw it out.
yeah,
So I'm always a stickler for debunking first. You always have to debunk first before you can put anything else out because if you don't, then someone that could be better than I am could sit there and say, well, this is this, that, or the other thing. And then it makes you think, it was like, you know what? You're right. And
yeah,
then at that point, your credibility starts going right down the tubes.
exactly. Yeah, I agree there completely, 100%. And that is very true. It's very true to be real to what you're doing and just, make sure that you do know the equipment you're using. Robert Stokes said, what is your take on Area 51? Do you think there are reverse engineering alien tech? That's from Robert.
I think that, okay, of course, this is just a theory. A lot of people have the same thing, but I think that they do have recovered spacecraft. I think it actually started in 1947, Roswell crash. Um, they've had it since then. I mean, technology has really taken off since then. I mean, 100 years ago, we were still basically,
Learning.
yeah, horse-drawn carriages and stuff,
Yeah,
120 years ago. So it's really, really taken off. Um, as far as I have not been to Area 51, but as far as the reverse engineering, yeah, I think they have it. I mean, there's a lot of things that have come to light recently. There's, talking rumors of the secret space force, and now all of a sudden there's the United States Space Force after what 30 years of talking about it. It's like, okay, so I'm looking at it as we've already had that, and it's been there this whole time anyway. So where do you think that technology come from?
exactly.
Obviously, they had to have had it. They've had
Or
to have
they've
had it,
been learnt by something else how to use it.
right?
That's what I believe. I do believe that Area 51's got a lot of secrets in it that they don't want us to know about. Lou said that's already has been declassified. Yeah, there are reversed engineering crafts and UFOs do exist. It was stated by the Pentagon. That's why I think they are reverse engineering alien tech. We learn a lot just from that. I think yes, and I do believe that a lot of the stuff's been learned by these beings. Bob Laser talked about they got the technology from my catalog recovery. No, archaeology recovery.
Hmm.
Underworld. Do you think the moon landings was fake?
No, I don't. I think we were there.
I believe we were there. Definitely. The live. I think a lot of going up there and what they've done up there has been able to open us more to what's going on with the other planets and stuff like that. So I believe 100% they've walked on the moon and they've done that sort of thing, definitely. What historical event in time would you like to go back to and why? That's from Vale.
I would like to event in time. We've discussed this too. Um, not so much an event, but a time frame. I've always wanted to go. I've always been drawn and wanted to go to the old west of the 1880s.
Yeah,
And there's like medieval England.
oh yeah, yep. That's yeah. I've
And
got roots to there. I've got connection. Yeah.
I've also and this is the first time this has ever been made publicly, the statement that I'm going to say. I've always been drawn to the ocean,
Yeah.
like some type of sailor or a captain or something. I like drawn to being on a ship.
You could
And
have been like that in a past life. Then you could have been a soldier or something or a sailor.
well, it's funny that you should say that because when Bill was here, she said, "Do me a favor. I'm getting Captain Captain Joe White, which that's my real name." So I googled it, and there was a Captain Joe White out of Salem, Mass. And there was a picture of him, and she put a beard on it, and it resembles me.
Reincarnation as well. Then. Yeah, and
Yep.
that's the thing. There's a lot of that in this world. A lot of people come back looking like somebody from a past and stuff like that. It's all very real. And even though we don't remember everything about our past lives, there are little inklings there that, like you could go to a place that you've never been to, and it feels like it's connected to you. It could be a place that you visited in a past life that might have looked at. I believe very much in all of that side of thing, and I've picked up on quite a lot of people and their past lives and stuff. And I like Vale, I do get through you saying that, like, yeah, I wouldn't say a captain, because that'd be like copying her. But I do feel that you know, in the past life you had links to boats and leadership, definitely.
Yeah, and what's really weird is that a spirit had told her,
Yeah,
Captain, and that's why she
yeah, and
told
they would
me.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely they would.
In the spiritual world, the spirits are aware of a lot of things that we've been and what we've been in the past and stuff. The same as the divine power and things like that, like the Lord and Mother Earth and Mother Nature. They know each life we've had. So when we get these relevant little things that you've been this and you've been that, these are signs and these are ways. These are showing us what, you know, what we used to be. And
Right.
you know, I've been a witch. I've in my past life, I've been a doctor, like a nurse in the olden days. I know I've been part of a medieval era where I lived in a forest. I know that I've been Victorian, well-to-do woman. I've been a few things, and my name dates back as far as the Anglo-Saxons. So Vikings and that, I'm very drawn to that. I'm very drawn to native and Celtic music, all that. I've got many links,
Right.
many. So I can 100% agree with you there.
And what's interesting too, to tie it in with me and the ocean and that particular captain, my ancestry also dates back to Norwegian. So I'm a Viking too.
Yeah,
So it just kind of ties it in all together pretty much.
yeah. So you've got a lot of links and things that stick out to you particularly, and things. Then, so you know, when people go, "Oh well, I don't remember my past life," but it's not about always remembering it. It's you know, you could be just going to places and you walk to certain places you've never been to, and you know that you've got a link or something looks familiar to you, or it feels like you've walked here before. These can all be signs of past life. Um, it can be that, you know, a past life premonition. It could be that you're reincarnated as someone and that person is with you, so that you've got that similarity and things like that. You know, I actually, like you, Jack. So I've had it where there was this picture of a native woman that was a very strong leader in a very known native family, and her father was one of the chiefs. When they put the picture of her up, and me when I've got my dark skin, because on the laptop I look pale, but I'm actually quite dark skinned, and on that, when you look at her and you look at me, we've got the similarity. And I'd always known I was linked, and I remember the dream from a war that they had back in the day that I would have known nothing about, and it does relate with the trial of tears, which is a
Mhm.
native thing. So it all resembles. So it is very interesting, and you know, think like past lives and that are really interesting to look up and research about, because we've all got it. We've all been here many times.
Right.
Some of us are old souls in new bodies.
Correct.
You know. Right. Let my dog out for a wee. So, guys, if you want to keep talking and stuff among you, any more questions for Jack, please write it in the room. I'm just going to let my dog out for a wee because he keeps moaning. Yeah. So this has been a very interesting interview because obviously, like I said, it was meant to have Hensley up, but we've got Jack's up, and I'm really glad that he came up, because it's been very interesting to talk to someone that I don't know as much about. Jax, what was your memorable experience? That's from Vale. What's your most memorable experience?
That would be the time. Gyro's answering my question. Yeah, hey Gyro, I was at SK Pierce Mansion in Gardner, Massachusetts, and I was on the second floor, coming down to the first floor, and there was 6 steps, and then a little landing, and then the major staircase that went down to the first floor. I was approaching the 6 steps, and I went to turn to talk to a friend of mine who lives out in California, um, who actually bought me the SLS camera. Um, and next thing I know, I'm going down the steps, like for like no reason. My feet never touched a step. It just went boop right down on my left side. And what's interesting, well, I hit the wall at the bottom on the landing, and I hit it so hard that my back was imprinted in the drywall or what,
Oh
horsehair or
wow.
whatever. Um, there was a piece of molding that stuck out about an inch, and that hit my lower back. So I could have broken my back. Good thing I
Oh
didn't.
wow.
But 2 days later, I discovered, and I have pictures. I discovered a handprint on my right here. You could see the fingers and everything. Something grabbed me by my right arm and pulled me off of those steps.
Oh wow. Yeah, and Guy was saying in the room, I remember in the investigation you did when you were throwing down the steps at the hotel near the remember the live chat, and then he said, oh, no, I was a witness to it. No lie. That is absolutely amazing. And that's what I mean when you get that sort of evidence and that sort of thing that happens. A lot of people are so skeptical and they don't believe that the afterlife exists, that this world is not just the only world. You know, a lot of people think that it's just Earth, you get buried, that's the end of it. And it isn't. Life is a circle. You live, you die, you carry on. And, you know, we're all part of the spiritual world, even being alive now. You know, we're all connected, we're all part of the earth, we're all part of the spirit world, you know. So when you have these sort of experiences and that, it is a good thing to have because it shows more to people, doesn't it? It kind of gives people that reason to be like, well, hang on a minute, I can't question that because that's just happened. And I like that side of my investigations as well, when you can bring concrete evidence of that they do communicate with you, they do still do things, and you know they're very much there. And you know, I like doing that because like there's so many people that are like, no, it's not real, it's not true. But believe me,
Right.
there is nothing more real than the spirit world. Nothing more real.
But what also is interesting about that place, like inside the bruise, there was also claims of. I'll get back to the bruise in a second. There was also claims of 2 children that died at that particular location. One was a little boy that died in the cistern, and a little girl that died. She fell over the balcony and died on the steps.
Oh,
Now, what really got me was that because I went there twice with my team, and I, I caught 2 children on a banister on the inside where the stairs are, just hanging out. And I stuck my left hand out and I said, "Can you put your right hand in my hand?" And I'm filming this. I had it recorded, and it stuck its right hand in my left hand.
oh wow.
And then I said, "Thank you." And I stuck up my right hand. I said, "Can you put your left hand in my right hand?" Because they're standing side by side. And it did it.
And that's what I'm saying. When you get like evidence like that and things, it's truly amazing because you can't really get that debunked. It's there. It's happening, and that's what I like. That's why I like the live streams as well because it's there and then. Nothing's being messed with. They can't accuse you of doing things to your videos. That's why you don't see me edit my videos. I'll put it up how I got it because it's concrete evidence, and
Right.
you know, I don't like messing with my evidence. I like it to be how I got it. Guy Rose said I would. Guy Rose saying he couldn't believe his own two eyes. Then England goes, Sherry, what's your thoughts on Pendle Hill? Pendle Hill, hard to really say. Like for me, it's one of them places. It seems very interesting. It seems very active, but it's a place that I would need to go and experience for myself to actually believe that it is that active. I would have to go there myself. I'm not one of these that if someone comes up to me and goes, I've got this place and it's haunted, that I believe them. I need to see concrete evidence first. So that's why when I get people that come forward that want investigations and stuff, I go, well, if you've got evidence on what's going on in your house, that's what I go for first. If I see things that clearly look unexplainable and that there may be something going on, then I will entertain you. When it comes to other places, like places to visit, I won't go by somebody's say so. I need to experience that myself, because in my line of work and in my past and people I've met, and not I don't talk to some of them, you know, not everybody is as true to what they really are. And so for my reason, I will find out for myself. I will find that out for myself. That's how I go. I do believe that there is something going on there, but what? I don't know until I get there. Robin Hood is a very big, very close part of my life for many reasons, and something to do with a past life. But yeah, Robin Hood is very big for me. Hey, Jax, have you seen or sensed any spirits from the Salem witches trials, like witches themselves or anybody associated from that time?
No, I have not. I do have abilities, but I don't have the same abilities that Vale or Sherry has. I can't see them and like as solid as what we see each other. I see shadows.
Yeah,
Um, I do hear voices. Um, Sometimes I can make out like a silhouette, like if it was like covered in water, that type of silhouette.
yeah,
Um, but no, but what is interesting is that after my daughter passed, um, she brought somebody here, and come to find out, it was the Boston Strangler she brought to my house, claiming that he didn't had nothing to do with it, but yet he was charged, and there was a lengthy investigation done on it before he was charged. So I don't know. I don't know. But at one time, I had Boston Strangler in my house. Yeah.
wow, yeah, and you know, like things like obviously if you have those sort of experiences, you've obviously, like you said, you've got those abilities there. For a lot of people, it's just about opening yourself up a little bit more and learning how to open yourself up. Obviously, if you see like the outlines of figures, and you hear and you feel things, then that ability is there. It's just you've just got to learn to enhance it more, like a lot of other people need to do.
Right.
Like I say on a regular basis, we've all got the abilities to communicate with the spirit world. It's just some of us are so clogged from reality of today that we've forgot the real ways of life. You know what I mean? So you need to find yourself again sometimes. That was interesting. Can you see them in the mind eye? It's like an image that you just comes to your head. That's from Lou.
No, I see them as like, how do I put this? No, I see them like they were like they're just there. Like sometimes I'll look out of the corner of my eye and I'll see that, and then I'll look at it head on, and they're still there. That's
So you
just
don't particularly always see the full blown figure of them, then, like the way they're looking at you, like you see the outline, the hourglass of them.
right,
Yeah,
right. I mean, I can sense like, I guess you would say empath, borderline clairvoyant. I would
yeah,
I guess
definitely.
I think that like for instance, like when Through the Veil was going to Bobby Mackey's, we were fine. Um, she wasn't nervous. I wasn't nervous until that day. And then I started getting the feeling of like really anxious and really nervous. And I kept telling her, you, you, you have to be careful of this place. You have to be careful. I'm really worried about you. And she's like, no, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. She went there and she got her neck hurt.
Yeah.
I knew. I mean, Bobby Mackey's is in Kentucky. I'm in Massachusetts, and she's coming from Missouri to go to Kentucky. And how many miles away is that? And I could tell that something was going to happen.
We had to sit down with him, and he was answering questions with yes and no answers. That's from Vale. That's awesome. I want to hear from Robert. I want to hear from Jack the Ripper. I want to know what went through his mind. There's a lot of says and goes on Jack the Ripper. He obviously was a notorious serial killer of women, mainly being prostitutes and stuff. There were so many outtakes on why he did what he did. Some say that he wasn't treated right when he was growing up, and that his mother was like that, or his sister or something, and he just resented women that done that sort of thing. It made him remind of them. There's others that say that he went after Pacific people that looked like a woman that broke his heart. There's so many different takes on who Jack the Ripper is and why he did what he did, and it's a very fascinating story. I am a big I wouldn't say fan of his murders, but I am a big fan on the whole outcome and story of Jack the Ripper, and what he is. I'm somebody that would very much like to be able to delve in that a bit more, and just do the same things as you, Robert. Just see what brought him to do that, and even to just completely find out who actually he really is, because nobody's ever got a proper name of who Jack the Ripper was. They can't put a name on it. They've got suspects, but they've never been able to fully find out who he is. So yeah, Jack the Ripper is a big thing for me. Oh, okay, thank you. Paranormal Underworld. I could see them both ways. Unfortunately, I have to make sure other people can see them as well. Sometimes they do. Yeah, I get that, Lou. And I see both ways. I see through the third eye, and I also see through natural vision, them in front of me and stuff like that. And everybody sees, communicates, and connects with spirits in different ways. Not everybody is the same. If you could have somebody that sees them full blown and can see them like looking at you. You've got others that only see out silhouettes of them, or they might hear them, or they might hear certain things. We're all different on how we communicate with them.
Right.
How serial killers think and tick. The brain fascinates me. Yes, that as well. Like all that sort of thing interests me. Yeah, Vale, very much so. I do. No, they
What do you?
don't. It has me curious too. Yeah, it does. And there's a lot of stories out there. There's a lot of serial killers and things that have happened to people that we don't know about, the killers and stuff. There's so many things out there. There's Sweeney Todd. There's places in America, and there's just so much history and death that's not been established on what's happened. You know what I mean? That's why I do what I do as well, to try and get answers and to help. Well, when you're seeing through the third eye is more seeing the visions and stuff, isn't it? Visions and premonitions and stuff. And like you'd use your third eye for using tools such as crystal balls. You portray the image of what a spirit's given you into your crystal ball. That's what you'll see. Something that the spirit feels is needed to be said. Something about somebody's future or past. It will be brought into that crystal ball and things like that. Everybody uses their third eye in a different way as well. We're all opened at different levels. I want to get in the mind to sense to where I can truly figure out what drove them to do what they did. Sadly, Robert, you're never going to be able to fully get in their head to find that out. But, you'd probably be able to get information and get things that you can understand. Dash, go and lay down, please. You can get like certain evidence and stuff into what might have happened, but as for like speaking directly into someone's head and mind like that, spirits are very clever, and if they don't want you to know something, they won't let you. That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
Well, you're talking to one Jax, just joking. LOL. Jock Gyro.
So, what do you think of the recent rumors of H.H. Holmes being Jack the Ripper? Do you think there's any credibility to that?
Me personally, I don't think that you can really put a name to anything of him at the minute, because there isn't enough out there. Yeah, you've got pictures, you've got things that have happened to victims, but he was very good at hiding himself back then, and I still very, very much believe he's still that way now. And people believe they get on top of things and that they find things, but have they really? Is he here to be able to clarify that he is that person, or So for me, a lot of it I think is hearsay. I do think a lot of it's hearsay. We've found the person that was Jack the Ripper. How when it's took God knows how many years and they still haven't got any nearer. You could, like I said, you can get certain pieces of evidence, certain things about certain deaths that he might have done, and things reasons to why he'd done it. But I think you finding out who he truly is, I don't think you'll ever find that out, because he wasn't wanted to be found. He wasn't wanted to be found.
Right.
I'm not saying that it can't be done. There might be some amazing history and evidence that comes out. There may be some sort of amazing scientific research thing that gets done, and you may be able to find the killer, but there's been no say over, really, that they've got any closer to who the killer was. They're just coming up with particular names.
Right.
That's my view on it. I'm not saying it's not real, not saying that it isn't. I'm just saying, how can we really truly know? Unless we find one of those poor women that can tell us,
Right.
you know. It could be possible. I'm not saying it's not possible, and I'm not saying it is. I'm saying, it's something that can't be really explained or said, because you kind of got to be there to do it, haven't you? And to try and find out. So exactly. And it's just been so many years and so many years where they've tried to find out and they haven't been able to. So when people come to me and go, "Oh, they found the new Jack the Ripper, the one that was a Jack," I'm like, okay, if you say so. I'm skeptical on that. He didn't want to be found then. He's not going to want to be found now. So,
I mean,
but there is chances and possibilities
Mhm.
that you could find something out. But that's what you have to investigate for.
Right. I just wish I think the time is coming now where I think more and more people are talking about the paranormal.
Yeah,
Um, a lot of people would clam up and not talk about it because, or even say they have abilities, because if people say that they have abilities, people want them to perform like some sideshow at a freak show at a circus somewhere, trying to prove to people that what they got. Um, as far as the other aspect, people always used to clam up because they were worried about people were going to call them, you know, crazy, or there's something wrong with you or whatever. And I think it's getting beyond that point now where there's a lot more people talking about it and coming out and saying, yeah, okay, I have something, I need help.
I went through stages where I had people that were skeptical and weren't very nice, and I still get that very much on here now, with
Mhm.
certain people. But I do agree with you. Back in the day, who we are now and what we do would have been looked at as a sin. It would have looked at that we were, demon worship the demons and the devil, and we're satanic, we're evil, we're bad. Where nowadays people see us from a different sort of prospect. We're not evil or those sort of people. We're just people that very much love the earth and nature, and we love the spirit world. We love this world. We believe in natural life and natural living. That is what we are, and back in the day there was a lot of people punished for that. That's why there was the witch the witch hunts and things, and all those horrible things going on to my ancestors, our ancestors, when in true fact we're all human. We're all human, we've all got feelings, we've all got emotions, and we've all got different beliefs, yeah, and we should all be able to be who we want to be without being criticized and judged, you know
Mhm.
so there are still people like that criticize and judge us, but there are a lot of people now that are open to what we are. They like what we do. Um, for us as well, through doing what we do and what we work in, we're helping other people to open to who they are as well. And I've noticed that I've had a lot of people that have come to me and said that since I've been coming in your room and I've been learning about different ways, and I've seen how you work, and I've seen when you've communicated with spirits for other people, you've helped my mind to open to that ability, and I'm seeing more things and I'm feeling more things, and that's what it is about. It's not just about doing the investigations, it's not just about us being achievable, it's about us helping other people to find themselves and their beliefs as well, and to
Mhm.
realize that how connected we all are to this planet
Right.
and to the spirit world. We are, you know I don't look at myself as special. I don't look at myself as special. I just look at myself as somebody that's here to teach. When people go, you're amazing, you've got the most bestest abilities. We're all amazing. We've all got abilities. We all use them every day. You just
Right.
don't realise it. There's got to be people that have sat there and you've had your mobile go on next to you and you've been watching TV, and you know that mobile's going to go off and you know who's going to be ringing you. You're using your psychic abilities. You have got them. It's just learning to portray them, to see into them more, to
Right.
hear them, to listen to them.
Mhm.
It's about believing. If you don't have the belief, then you might as well just give up. You've got to have that belief,
That's right.
So we are all one in this spirit world and in this world. We're all one. This is a big, massive circle of life.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of people like to come and talk to me, because I do talk a lot of sense, and I will tell you straight to the point how it is. I've had so many experiences, like people go, well, how do you know that about Evan? And how do you, through my own experiences, through my own communication with spirits, that is how I've learned. Not through a book or through Google or through somebody's say so, through things I've experienced. So we're all truly amazing. We've all got abilities, we've all got things we can do. It's believing in it and wanting to learn it. I think a lot more life would be a lot more better and a lot more pleasant if more people were in contact and connection with their true feelings and ways. The world would be a better place.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad that you think the same thing, Gyro. That means that we're all on the same wavelength. And that's what you'll find with a lot of investigators and spiritual people. We see on the same length because we see things in a completely different level to a normal person on an everyday life. We see things every day coming and going out of our lives. We see things that others would explain as can't be real, can't happen. We see that every day. We see that play every day.
Mhm.
It's very real. And that's why I've got all the time in the world for people that are spiritual, people that do paranormal, people that want to learn, because that shows me that you're true lovers of the earth and the spirit world. You know who your true soul is and your true heart. The true heart is earth. Our hearts belong to earth. Our hearts belong to the higher divine.
Yep.
We would not be here. We would not be surviving if we didn't have those things. If we didn't have Mother Earth and Mother Nature, we would not be living. We would not have an existence. There you go. Sherry's rant's gone for, well, it's not a rant, it's Sherry's reflect on what life really is. Kind of thing. Yeah. I get very passionate when it comes to things like that because I've experienced a lot of things. A lot of things. I'll tell you straight. When someone comes in my room and goes, I'm having these experiences, am I crazy? No, you're not crazy, you're real. You're opening. Embrace it. I have always believed in physic abilities, even though I have never used mine. I believe in clairvoyance, telephanations and projections, ESPs, that sort of stuff. Yes, and it's all very real, Robert. All very real. You know, our minds are a very powerful tool and can do many, many things. Our minds are that open and that connected and powerful that we can go to any realm and level that we want to if we trained our mind to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just that a lot of our minds get clogged up and that because of the bullshit of this world. The stuff on TV, the stuff on radio, the stuff they learn you in school, what you should like, what you shouldn't like. I have never been open to that. I have never took the word of anybody in school. I have learnt my way, but I have took my own path. You know, I don't follow government. I don't do anything that government want because I don't believe in it. Because I believe in the right way of life. That's just me. And I believe that these people take a lot of who we are away by polluting our minds with computers and TV and bullshit programs that are not real and things about you should hate this and you should hate that race and you should do it. No, make your own way. Make your own decision. Do not take the word of others. Do not make a play on someone else and make a judgment on someone else because of someone say so. Do it from your own self. That's how I've always been.
Right.
It does cripple us, and there's so much stuff in this world that they give to us and make us believe is good for us, and it's actually killing us. It's killing who we truly are in here. We've all forgot who we truly are, who we're truly connected to, and there's only a few of us that show that. I'm one. Vale's one. You're one, Jax, in a way. You know, there's so many of you.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we? Who are we? We are nature's children. We are God's and Mother Earth and Mother Nature's children. We are the universe's children. Nobody else's. We are all brothers and sisters. We are all family. We are all one.
Yep.
It's who we are. We are humankind. Humankind was formed by God. Earth was formed by God. We are all one. Be at bay with your Mother Earth and your Mother Nature and God. Be thankful for what you get given every day. You know, I've said it so many times that so many people are so judgmental on what they haven't got. What you've got, you should be thankful for. What you have and what you're gifted with every day, breathing and getting to take in the beauty of this world instead of seeing all this crap on TV. Why do you think I don't have a TV? Because I don't want to hear the hate and the evilness. I want to show the love, the light, the real world that many are forgetting.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm who I am. That's why I do all these things on my channel, talks, dances, chats, uplifts, everything. It's all about bringing that goodness and that love, the true way of this world out. That is what it is. Mother Earth and Mother Nature want us to and the Lord want us to dance and rejoice in their love and their way. They want us to be thankful for the world that they've given us and the abilities and the things that we do every day in life. Not sit here and go, well, if I had this and if I had that. No, not what if you had. Be grateful for what you've got.
Right.
I was lost too, but now my eyes are open and I know where I'm going and what my purpose is. Good. Everyone has a purpose in this world. We are not here just for the fun of it. We've all got a purpose and a path that we have to lead. Some of us just take longer to find it. Each path marked out in our world is known by them up there. It's us that has to find the way to get to them. That's how it is. Hey, Paranormal Underworld, is your channel the one with the ghost on it with the words across?
Yes, it is.
It is. Oh, he's put it there anyway. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm just very, you should never talk to me about Mother Earth and all that because I get very passionate and I won't shut up.
It's okay. Through the Veil had a question for you.
Go on, Vale.
She asked, "What's your most memorable experience?"
What's my most rememberable experience? Oh, I've had a few. I think my most rememberable experience would be when I got ill and I kind of half and half died and I kind of half went to the other side and seeing the light, hearing the voices of family and of them. Paranormal wise, I think my most memorable experience would be when I was attacked by a demonic. I had to go to somebody's house to cleanse and bless a house, but beforehand I would have on my panels quite a lot, and I was attacked, and it was witnessed by my mum. I'm Mal 13. She was in the room. Upside down crosses being burnt on my neck. I've got scarring to where it had marked my skin. Literally, the whole of my neck was just flesh, and all my skin had been ripped away. And I was ill for 4 or 5 months and become very ill and ended up getting blood poisoning and nearly dying. And I had that experience where I see the light. I hadn't died, but I had, if you know what I mean. I wasn't gone, but I was kind of in and out. And I remember seeing the light as many years back as well when I was very poorly. I got to that level as well. So, and for me, I've always, I don't know why, but I've always been made very open to what heaven's supposed to be like, and spirits have always been very open to talking to me and showing me things, and through my own experiences as well. But that would be my main way. It would be that having that done to my neck, going to the investigation, is still fighting him, and having all bruising and bite marks on me. And the guys that I was working with that were a paranormal team as well. And then obviously having 3 months after that being severely and very seriously ill and nearly losing my life. So, yeah.
We're all glad that you made it and pulled through and you're here today.
Exactly. And then at the end of this, at the beginning of this year, I got ill with the dreaded, you know what, I won't say it. And I was very, very sick with that, but I got through that as well. I believe that I'm looked over and watched because I'm needed. I'm supposed to be here and teach you guys. I'm supposed to do these things with you guys. So my time was not then. I don't believe I'm ready to go for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It was scary, and that is the only time I would say that I was really scared of the paranormal, was at that time, because of the way that he'd made me ill, the effects that he had on me for so long. But if anything, it made me stronger towards the paranormal. It made me love the paranormal even more, and it made me want to know more. It wanted me to continue, because there is a way and an action behind every spirit's way that they act to you. There's a reason, and I believe in helping both sides, the dark and the light. I believe that all spirits need help, not just the good spirits, but even the negative sometimes need help. And I've always said that negative spirits deep down are capable of emotion and love, because they were once, Satan was once God's follower. He knows how to love and worship and all that stuff. So do they. And I believe that there is a way through to any spirit if you try hard enough. And I work with both light and dark spirit, so I know that they can understand and be okay when they have to be. It's about having an understanding and a respect of them. You got that, good or bad, they'll respect you. You overstep the line with a negative spirit, that's when they cause you shit. So happy Sherry is here. Oh, and I'm happy you're here as well, Vale, darling. And I'm just, I am grateful every day to God and Mother Earth and Mother Nature for savioring me all these times, and for just giving me who I am, and allowing me to be able to see what they're like and what their world's like. I'm just so grateful they felt that they could trust and believe in me enough to help me to learn other people about their way.
Right.
I'm very privileged.
Okay, I got a question for you or whoever. Um, do you feel like, okay, obviously there's a difference between like a mean spirit or one that may be confused with, I don't even like to say the word, a demon, so to speak.
Yeah.
Are they and number two, like how like are they like very, as far as demons? I know they exist, but they're like very far in between when one like, because I have not come across one at all in my whole time investigating. So for me, my situation is, I my opinion on it is I have like they're like very far in between when you actually come across one.
Yeah, and you are very right. Like demonic and demon sort of spirits will come only at the most worstest of hauntings and places like that. They can be brought in through satanic rituals and stuff like that. If somebody's done something over a house and stuff like that. Now, what happened is this person that I was investigating, her stepmother is a black witch, and that was linked to why that was there. And when you're around it, the difference between a demonic spirit and a normal negative energy, a normal negative energy is normally a human spirit that is just pissed off or angry or upset or just wasn't very nice in life. Some of them can take form of demonic like tendencies, but they're not demonic. And you would normally be able to tell that by certain fragrances that they give off, certain ways that they act, that even when the darkness is with them, you can still see that light shining underneath them. That's how you can tell they're not demonic. Because when you look at a demonic spirit, there is no light. There's no light. It's darkness. It's deep. You'll get horrible smells like sulfur or fire, sort of smelling, rotten garbage smell. Those sort of things. Obviously, being around a negative spirit and being around a negative demonic spirit, with negative spirits, they're not going to give off that smell of rotten garbage. They're not going to give off those tendencies, even though you feel funny around them. You feel that there isn't a nice energy there. You're not going to have that fear. It's just going to feel off. Where with a demonic spirit, you can feel doomed. You can feel like there's pressure on you, headaches, all sorts of things that they can affect you, even with your personality. And a lot of people that have explained going into communication with a demonic spirit, it's like you lose time. It's like your mind's not there. It's like you're there in time, but you're not. It's like they stop time.
Right.
When they're in front of you. Like it's like things just slow down, and it's just them. Where with like a more negative energy, you don't get that sort of thing. You'll just maybe feel a bit on edge, and you'll be like, oh my god, you know, I don't like the feel of him. But like I said, you still got some sort of sign that will show that he's not demonic. So it'll be a light, or it's the way that he talks, or there'll be a way or a tendency on how they move and things like that. So voodoo is always portrayed as black magic. Voodoo is kind of like a black magic, but it's a more higher level of black magic, and it's more of a magic that is done by tribal groups, you know, more, you know, African and those sort of eras. And you know, some tribal groups will do, you know, voodoo and things like that. It's a sort of like a witch doctor sort of way, but done negatively.
Mm-hmm.
So hello, Paranormal Wales, how are you? Yeah, no, it's not. It does, but it does depend on how you use it. Like, all magic can be dangerous and all magic can be good. You know, everyone that comes up to you and goes, "Voodoo's the most dangerous thing in the world." Yes, it is dangerous if you use it in the wrong way. All magic can be beneficial if you know how to use it properly. But if you've got those that go out there and that do it like completely because they just want to cause harm, and that's, to me, that's not real magic. That's just hate. That's evilness. That's not magic. True magic is wanting to help
Mm-hmm.
and to make things better. Yeah, some things are a little bit too portrayed out there, Robert. You know, like you've heard that there is a spell that can make you live forever. No human being can live forever, sweetheart. We live forever in our spirit. The true person that we are is our spirit. This, you know, this is a vessel. This is not, you know, this is not who we are. This is a vessel. The true self, the true spirit is within. When this body dies, we carry on. We go into a new body, a new life, a new world, a new way. That is how it is. We all die as in the body, not as in the spirit. So there is not a spell that can, you know, there might be people that have put spells out there that you're meant to live forever, but the true fact is we lived forever anyway. In our spiritual form, that's who we are. You wouldn't want to live forever. Why would you want to live forever in that way? You know, why would you want to live forever in a physical body, seeing all the hate and all the trouble and the things that go on in this world? You know, the way of life and the unconditional and everlasting life is our spirit body. That's what it is.
I don't think I could, because I wouldn't be able to stand seeing any person that I loved
That as
die.
well. Yep. Seeing people you love go from you. You know, none of us can truly live here on this earth forever and ever. We can be here in this form, then we go in spirit form. That's just a fact. Then we get a new body when they believe our time's right to come back again. That's how it is. Some of us, when we've reached those goals, those places where they feel we've fulfilled our paths on earth, then we go to the other world, a better world. This world, in my opinion, is a world where we're supposed to learn. We're supposed to learn our ways and our true self.
Yep.
That's what I believe. Exactly. We all want to haunt a few people and move on. Vale. I agree there, 100%. But true fact is, you know, there isn't a spell that can make a human being live forever. We live forever in spirit. The spirit is our true self. This is just a way to exist, because if we was in our true form, we wouldn't get seen. It's proven every day by many, many people. They don't see the spirit people around them. We'd be lost. We wouldn't be seen. So we have to have a body that makes us visual, makes us seen. So that's why we've got this skin. It's just a point of existence, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. The heart and the soul is the spirit. Where these invisible, see-through, massive light shining people that are forever seeking knowledge and way. And this just helps us do it.
It's true.
Hex and curses, yeah. Voodoo is very known for hexing and cursing, but it's also got a more positive side of it as well. Every aspect of spell work has got good and bad. That is a fact.
I mean, I think it's gotten pretty much the same reputation as like say for instance like witches, because I know quite a few of them, and they're all excellent people.
We're some of the most biggest hearted people ever. We just want to love and learn people things and get them to understand and love the earth more and to realize how important they are as a person, you know, because in this world so many people have been lost and like took away from who they truly are. And if there is just a few like us that can be here and go, look, you're actually pretty awesome and you can do this, you know, it's rewarding when you see people opening to their true self. You
Right.
know, all through life, the minute we're born, we're made to try to be controlled. And that's what our governments and things want to do. So it's up to you if you want to be that open that you see the real realities of life and what they're trying to do to you, or if you're something else. And I just always happen to have been able to see through the bullshit, as you would say, you know. And I've always believed in following my own heart and my own way, not anyone else's. And trust the words of only my spirit people. It's how I've always been. Yeah, well, but it's not just that, you know, witchcraft and stuff. Yeah, it is through negative people that don't understand our beliefs and that, but it's also through those that do practice our magic but do it in the wrong way and give us bad names because they're messing in something they don't understand, and they give witches bad names themselves because they're doing something that they don't understand for me. So it's not just that witches and witchcraft have got bad names through people's beliefs in the past. It's that you get some stupid people that come into it, think they know everything, can start messing around with things, and then just make the rest of us look really stupid. And you know, when you get these satanic worshippers and people like that, and they go, "Oh, they're witches," I'm like, I don't class them as witches. I just class them as evil. They're evil if they do that. You know, they're not witches. Witches don't want to cause harm. Witches do not cause harm to anything. They don't cause harm. They just want to help. Whoa, hello. You agree? Good. Yeah. So, you know, yeah, it's 50-50, Robert. It is. It's a bit of what people believe in this world, and and you know, and it's those that betray themselves as being witches and things like that, and they really don't know what they're doing, and they make us look bad, or they do really bad things through their magic, and then they're like that. Everybody thinks that all witches are the same, and we're not. You know, anyone that's a true witch will turn around and say they don't believe in harming anything. They don't believe in harm.
Yep.
Vale laughing. Yeah, I know. Somebody was making sure that we all knew that that's true. We bloody made something fall down. Hello, Mama. Love you. Yeah, Mama. She's in the room. Mal 13. She's the one. She's my mother from a past life, and we found each other in this life. She was the one that witnessed me having the crosses put in my neck upside down by this demonic spirit.
Wow.
Yeah. I love you too, Mama. I'll have a little talk to you in a little bit anyway. But for us, we've been on for 89 minutes. We've had amazing Paranormal Underworld on. We've had an amazing chat. And we appreciate all of the questions and things that you've said in the room, guys. You're absolutely amazing. What I want you to do, Sweet, is if you just quickly say the places that they can follow you on again, so that they know, and do your thank yous and that for the guys coming in, and then we'll cut this stream off.
Okay. Well, you can find me on YouTube, Paranormal Underworld. You can also find me on Twitter at para_underworld. You can find me on Facebook at Joe White Paranormal. It might be under Joe White Para. You can also find my other channel with Through the Veil called Shrouded Darkness. And thank you everybody for your questions. It's been a lot of fun. And thank you, Sherry, for being such a wonderful hostess. I really appreciate you having me up.
And I have very much enjoyed having you up here, Jack. It's been absolutely amazing, and it's been nice to have you up. And thank you, Vale, for pointing him in my direction. It's been an awesome stream. Thank you again, my angels, for coming and supporting me and Paranormal Underworld. Anybody that hasn't got him, go look at his channel, go support him. Do not make me come and hunt you down and get on my broomstick and come and fly for you all. Go and check him out. I love you all. Thank you for coming in. Absolutely awesome. Remember, stay real, stay true to yourselves and your channels, and remember to always, always stay spooky and keep believing. And Jax, again, thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
And it's been amazing. Right, I'm going to cut off this bit. You can stay on there if you want. You've got the link if you want to come in for a little while through the veil. But to you, angels, blessed be, guys, and always be real. And I'll see you very soon. I'll be back on tomorrow, where I'm going to do my little dance tributes and stuff. You're going to have a little surprise tomorrow, guys. So I will see you then. Love, light, and blessings.
Bye.